Welcome to Jimmy Bowen and Friends. Each week's episode features Jimmy Bowen and a special guest like Jim Lauderdale, Paul Overstreet, Carissa Ella, and more. Today's guest is Tony Jackson. Now, here's Jimmy Bowen.
Living in that one-horse town. Went to that station, flanked that hummingbird down. Didn't even call to say goodbye. I couldn't stand to see that little girl cry. Now I'm walking through the city, gonna make my name. Those lights were calling me for fortune and fame. I had to ride that hummingbird. Just let me ride. I'm gonna make it now just any day. I've got my guitar and I came to play. Not here knowing what I lost. My heart keeps asking, was it worth the cost? Well, ain't it funny how it always seems? Once you're standing there, the grass ain't so green. I had to ride that hummingbird. Why did I ride? Hummingbirds right on time. I'm gonna ride that hummingbird. Just let me ride that hummingbird. I'm gonna ride. Just let me ride that hummingbird. We have got an exciting night for you guys. Singer extraordinaire is with us tonight, Mr. Tony Jackson. He is wonderful, and I'm so glad he got to take some time to be with us, and you're certainly going to enjoy his vocals and just his personality. What a wonderful man. You guys stick with us, and we will be right back after these few messages.
There's more Jimmy Bowen and Friends coming up right after this.
Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com.
Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
And welcome to the show. You guys, we have a special treat for you tonight. This gentleman is a singer extraordinaire. I love to hear this gentleman sing. He is going to blow your socks off tonight. Please make welcome Mr. Tony Jackson. Man,
good to be with you.
It's great to have you here. And I'm glad you could get with us and hang with us for a little while.
I am now one of the And Friends.
You're part of the And Friends now. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
After 20 years, we give you a gold buckle.
I'll take it.
But it'll be 20 more years from now. But anyway, we'll get you one. Tell the audience a little bit about Tony. Now, I'll tell you what. Thank you for your service. From the Marine Corps.
That's right.
To a banker. To singing.
Yeah.
Explain that one.
Yeah, about the Marine Corps, I was a Navy kid. My dad was in the Navy from before I was born until I about ready to graduate high school. And so I did what any Navy kid does and makes his dad angry and joined the Marine Corps.
I love it.
I did IT work for a while, and as far as music goes, I was the weekend warrior thing, played around venues with a dartboard behind my head and chicken wings flying and stuff like that. I was fortunate enough to make the acquaintance of Donna Meade, or Donna Dean Stevens, as she goes by now, and she said, we got to get you to Nashville. We got to make a record on you, and we did. We got a booking deal, and left the bank, and I've been out on the road ever since, loving every minute of it.
That's great. That's great. Well, day jobs are kind of underrated anyway, right? I mean,
yes.
They are, yeah. Who wants a day job? So how do you describe what your musical attributes are? How do you describe Tony musically?
I grew up listening to Armed Forces radio. Okay. And there's no genre. I didn't know what a genre was until, I was later in life. And just so happens, I lived overseas as a kid. lived in Rota, Spain from when I was 10 to I was 13 years old. And most of what you hear is country music of the traditional variety, and I think it lends itself to, themes of home and things that you miss when you're away from home, and it's the music for me, and there's an audience for it, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the harmonies and maybe the lyrics, because there's so many forms of great music out there.
That's right.
But you stuck to the country music.
You get to sing it like you might say it. Right, and that really speaks to me, and you can connect with everybody. And I tell you, of all the genres out there, to me, it's the most inclusive. I go to shows out there, and there's people 3 years old, and there's people 93 years old, and I just love that, Yeah. So it's for everybody.
Well, tell us about your first song that included one of your heroes? Is that the way that goes?
Yes. So when I lived in Spain, I moved over when I was 10 years old. They had a big USO show come to the base. Yeah. And my friends and I went down to the hangar where they were setting up for this show. And this guy comes out, and he's interested in our life, and he's asking us about what it's like to be an American kid living overseas and what we got to do for fun. And we were all too proud to tell him all about it. And when we came back later for the show, the man that we'd been talking to earlier in the day was on the stage, and his name's Randy Travis. And so I had my dad go to the base exchange and get me a Randy Travis tape that day. And he joined me on this song. So my life's come full circle. He's at the very end of it. We shot a video with him. It's out on the, you can find it on the interwebs. It's called Do You Remember Country Music?
You're going to do that right now, right?
I'll do it right now.
Hey, let's hear it. I want to hear it. Mr. Tony Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you remember the first time that you heard it? Playing soft and low through some old radio. Did the words that you heard heal the pain or help you through it? Here's my question. Do you remember country music? Did it take you to a place like a river, a train, or a prison? Even though you'd never been before. Did it help you save a true love before you blew it. Let me ask you, do you remember country music? Did it make you miss your hometown or your mama? Or bring back old memories of good times you had? Oh, the steel guitar, get your heart right into it. Simple question, do you remember country music? We can't lose it. Simple question, do you remember country music? Oh, I'm asking, do you remember country music?
Don't go away. Jimmy Bowen and friends will be right back.
Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com.
Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and friends.
Tony, that was excellent. Great. Awesome.
That's a lot of fun.
Man, I love your vocals, dude. Yeah, it's amazing. Who's the most that's influenced you?
I had an opportunity to do a song with Vince Gill. It was my first recording session in Nashville. And Vince and the Time Jumpers were my studio band. And I tell you, so he's got his acoustic guitar and they're all set up and they hit the button and it's time to play and I'm in the vocal booth and comes time to sing and there's no vocals. And I didn't realize I'd missed my cue until I saw everyone's face all of a sudden. And what they saw was me with my phone in the recording booth. So I pretended I couldn't hear what they had to say, but when they ran it back around, I was ready for it. But he gave me some nuggets of wisdom just getting started and recording, and I take it with me every day. So big influence.
Oh yeah. Well, he's wonderful in his own right. You know. That's so. How do you interact and respond to fans? How's that for Tony?
You know, for all 10 fans that show up to my shows. I make sure to spend some time with every single one of them. You know, we usually play Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and for me, for somebody to come out and spend their precious weekend time with you, you know, you owe it to them to give them everything you got. But I'm generally interested in their lives and what brought us together on that particular time. And I think having a military background, being a military brat, and being in the military myself, and moving around so much, that I don't feel like a stranger anywhere, and I don't get treated like a stranger. And so I interact a lot, and I spend a lot of time with the people that come out to see us.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's great. Tell us about this next song you're gonna do, right? You're gonna do this song, right?
I'm gonna do a song called "They Lived It Up."
They lived it up.
And this is written by my friends Bill Anderson and Bobby Tomerlin and Lance Miller, and it does a lot of name dropping in this song. And it's a really fun tune. I really dig it. And Bill was was very gracious in letting me cut it for my first record.
Well, let's do it.
All
Let's
right,
hear it.
let's do it.
Mr. Tony Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
They were all kind of crazy, but it kept them from going insane. Old Haggard been to prison. Johnny told him, son, don't be ashamed. 'Cause if you tell the world the truth, you can't always look them in the eye. And along came Brandon Man, sing me back home, and Mama tried. Never knew his daddy, but he carried on his name and his own voice, as if the hands of destiny said, son, take this guitar, you have no choice. It led him to that mountaintop where he nearly lost his life, but he lived to write a book of songs about how country boys survive. Drugstore cowboys, they've been bucked and bruised and kicked around. They took their pain, their voices rang until the whole world sang that country sound. All because they lived it up and lived to write it down. They didn't understand him when he wore his mohair suit and skinny ties. So Willie took old Trigger, said, you can kiss my Nashville goodbye. On a Bloody Mary morning, he was on the road again in Texas bound. Oh, Willie knows how to live it up, so he can't write it down. They were more than drugstore cowboys. They've been bucked and bruised and kicked around. They took their pain, their voices rang until the whole world sang that country sound. All because they lived it up and lived to write it down. And I think I'll live it up tonight. I hope I live to write it down.
We'll be back with more Jimmy Bowen and Friends in just a moment.
Award-winning Americana bluegrass red dirt country artist Jimmy Bowen has been creating music and entertaining for over 4 decades. Jimmy has shared the stage with music greats like William Lee Golden, Linda Davis, Jimmy Fortune, Rhonda Vincent, and more. Jimmy's latest single, Highway, is available through all streaming platforms and digital outlets. For updates on music, upcoming tour dates, and merchandise, head on over to jimmybowen.com.
Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, welcome back. What y'all think of Tony? Man, what a singer. I'm so glad he got to spend some time with us this evening and share his talents and his personality. Wonderful man, anyway. So we're going to end the show tonight on a kind of an older tune. I guess this would kind of be a 70s, 80s rock song.
Yeah.
So first hand at it, but we're going to say goodnight to you on this. I think you'll recognize it when we start doing it. And thank you for being with us. Everybody out there in the TV land there, thank you for being with us. And we'll catch you guys on the next show.
take the long way home. Take the long way home. But you're the joke of the neighborhood. Why should you care if you're feeling good? We'll take the long way home. Take the long way home. There are times that you feel you're part of the scenery. Oh, the greenery is coming down, boy. And then your wife seems to think you're part of the furniture. Oh, it's peculiar. She used to be so nice. When lonely days turn to lonely nights, you take a trip to the city lights and take the long way home. And take the long way home. You never see what you're gonna see. Forever play to the gallery. You take the long way home. You take the long way home. And when you're up on the stage, it's so unbelievable, unforgettable, how they adore you. But then your wife seems to think you're losing your sanity. Oh, calamity. Is there no way out? Does it feel that your life's become a catastrophe? Oh, it has to be for you to grow, boy. When you look through the years to see what you could have been, oh, what you might have been, you would have more time. So when the day comes to settle down, who's to blame when you're not around? You take the long way home. Take the long way home. Took the